The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer. We've been asking people to stay at home during this pandemic. And though huge numbers are complying, and I thank you all.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
16th of March 2020 is a date I won't forget, as that was when the first lockdown was officially now just set. I remember when it was announced, I was vexed that day, thinking to myself deeply how life is gonna drastically change. 2020 literally, definitely has now been cursed, and I'm just here sitting thinking, is it gonna change for the worse? People are gonna lose their jobs and mostly be at a loss. People are gonna be depressed at home now all alone.
This is crazy, bro. I really thought it was a hoax. I really thought it was a joke. I really sat there losing hope. Remember they said 3 weeks at first they could suck on my biggest toe. Locked up like prisoners in a cell with nowhere else to go. Guess the only option of man was to knuckle down and cope. Used to staying on the float, even though the boat was trembling. I was at it pedaling my back just for a peace of mind. And precedented times might lead to suicide.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
I agree, suicide is gonna go on the rise. It's therefore gonna mess people heads up and leave them really fucked. I'ma check in on my friends and see their mental state, because they may be smiling but deep inside they may not be great. And DK, if you're DB, don't hesitate now to pick the phone. Best believe I'll be there whenever you decide to call. I am only one call away, something like Chingy. If you DB, all you gotta do is holler me.
The feeling's mutual, my bro, you know I got you same way. I'ma do whatever's mandatory to make sure you're sane, and that's the aim. Cause life is fragile like a ceramic plate, and that's the game. That's how we put our thoughts on a brush and we paint it. Cause you never know when someone's gonna need it for escaping. Spark forever stays lit. Time we come together and cease divisions and hatred, and simply focus on papers and building bridges and acres. You know my status.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
All I'm saying is now to expect some changes. I can tell that this year people are gonna get bare frustrated. With this pandemic, people are gonna run out of patience. 2020 was like garbage, the way it's simply been wasted.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home.
I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors. I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors. What can I say? The beginning of lockdown ain't been great. My dad's been sick, coughing regularly, struggling every day. I'm looking at him and he's showing signs of COVID. He told me that he would be fine even though he's looking hopeless. He went for a condolence visit as his close friend died. There were so many people, he must have caught COVID dead inside. I can't go to work, I got to shield, I feel like I'm in prison. My mum didn't want him to go, she's moaning he didn't listen. It's a shame I can't see my friends and just buck 'em all. The only time we see each other is during a FaceTime call. My friends bantering with me due to the way that I look. My hair is long now, I'm looking like Mowgli from the Jungle Book. I'm in need of a trim, but everything seems now to be shut. I'm FaceTiming woman with my hoodie on, cause my trim is fucked. I'm just hoping soon things will open. I can't see that soon anytime at the moment. I want the gyms to open, I'm tired of doing press-ups. It's like what to be, just really not challenge it, that would not. I'd rather bench heavy and increasing the weight to be, that's a challenge. When that happens, I'm I'm proud because it's instant progression. The government wants us to exercise by walking in the park. My reaction to that now is really, please do not make me laugh. That actually realistically doesn't do nothing to me. I bet all the gyms are tired with me and do really agree. I got a close friend who was calling me, I really stress it. I'm doing my best to pay attention and just guide him. His name is Andrew and he's telling me he's lost his job. He's about to make a wrong decision, man, I think he's lost the plot. He wants to get into crime, I'm telling him don't be stupid. His rent is overdue and he's about to get evicted. The reason why he lost his job is due to COVID, and what doesn't help is that his missus is constantly stressing him. I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors. I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors.
By simply staying at home, we are increasing our stocks of equipment. We are accelerating our search for treatments. We're pioneering work on a vaccine.
As for me though, I can say that nothing drastically changed much, except for having restricted freedom of Bob's haircut. Routine was more fucked than a car with no wheels on. And every single day I woke up, it's like deja vu done. It's like I hear the word COVID on repeat. Wish I could rewind time back to get back to the normal. Seriously tired of this so-called new normal. Couldn't take flights, I had to vacate up in Cornwall. Funny thing was that it just popped out of nowhere like a ghost unexpected. And now it's haunting us relentless everywhere we go. Whoever we go and meet, cause freedom ain't guaranteed. It comes with a heavy fee, mad thing, sad thing, what the vaccine. Had to call my family and friends up like what's happening. No bust the rhyme, so know it's dark times but we still shine. Staying productive, more time, cover session ain't nothing bro, we still grind. Furthermore, I'm gonna use this track to vent more frustrations. Hella quarantine workouts but it didn't do me no favours. If you know me, you know I allude to the gym as my playground. Push up stiffs ain't the same out as a lift up my pavement with the queen's head. It's nothing but a guess, doing something is better than doing nothing. I know you can't relate with that, she could be worse, there's no mistaking that. Won't last forever, that's why I stayed on track, it's blatant facts. I ain't the only one, I'm one in a million of people that's been hit by the lockdown. It's been common knowledge, people losing their jobs. Shit really comes at a cost. Just meet my friend Natasha who took the time to call me up. Talking about some messed up situation back at home with a mister where he's really losing his marbles, beating her up. Long and short of it, she's feeling torn and shit, but that's another story for another day. You're gonna hear some more of it.
I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors. I wanna go out, but everything is locked up. Life is boring, I do not know what to do. Fuck people with mental health problems is now who I feel it for. And female suffering from domestic violence now indoors.
You see, it's all for one and one for all. Some people that I've seen have had it, have gone lost it all. Maybe it's through the pandemic, maybe it's debatable. Maybe no youth just for the kids, they gon' go raise a tool. You see, for me the problem lies hidden in the youth. There ain't no fairy kids, the boys be losing more than tooth. And if you've been around then yeah, you know that is the truth. These boys be talking Greece but then they gon' be seeing Zeus. So let me step back a minute, let's talk about Mark. He ain't got family and so he's chilling in the dark. Have you ever felt the same when life gets hard? Have you ever felt the same when you lost that spark? You see Mark spark lies in his little house. He's up in Liverpool, a strong man, in there he scouts. He's got a few friends that never worried about him because he's loud and bubbly, you see, that's the thing. You know the saying, the man that's loudest in the room ain't always happy but it's too soon. So if I could end on one thing, it's check up on your friend, cause you never know when it's the end, bro. The end.
I hear a lot of noise on my phone even though it's set on silent. All I'm hearing is my phone moving, constantly now vibrating. I pick my phone and I see notifications on Twitter showing videos of police brutality by a police officer, which is the reason now why George Floyd is dead, cause he couldn't breathe as an officer. Had his knee on his neck, it was all over because he bought something with fake cash. Honestly, now can someone tell me what kind of bullshit now is that? It's not like he was threatened or even now had the weapon. If George Floyd was right, I guarantee now police wouldn't kid him. If that was the case, they probably would have let him go. Cause the feds, the more white you look, the less threat you actually pose. I can give you cases when this has tended to happen, with 9 African Americans at church was gunned down now by Dylan, whose motive was that clearly of a racist attack. Where was that George Floyd energy towards them? I didn't see that. I've heard people say that George Floyd were the saint in the past. Okay, then tell me how come the same thing happened to Sandra Brown and Breonna Taylor when she got shot by cops in her own home? Did they have previous records on them? And the answer's no. I'm tired of this happening now again and again to the police officers. Kidding, a black person seems a trend. It's looking like either if you are brown or black, you'll be approached by officers and get simply attacked. I'm glad in the way that technology has now advanced on how you can record fuckery on the phone with a camera. Imagine if they couldn't record Derek Chauvin on the phone. Who knows in the future what he done in the station silently indoors. The police are the one who's a lost cause. They are the criminals who tend to now break all the doors. They are meant to protect but show a lot of disrespect, and it's getting me vexed. It's time for them to get checked. If there's no justice, how can you expect there to be peace? Officers murdering people, being released and freed. What can I say? People are frustrated and had enough. What can I say? I hope from these events soon changes come. If there's no justice, how can you expect there to be peace? Officers murdering people, being released and freed. What can I say? People are frustrated and had enough. What can I say? I hope from these events soon changes come.
No justice, no peace. I proceed to say my piece in hopes of gaining infamy and notoriety. The real enemy chose to rest his knee on Mr. Floyd's neck for 9 minutes straight. I call it straight genocide. See me, I don't mince my words or my rhymes. And when I saw that twice, I was in a state of shock, cause I couldn't believe my eyes. It actually touched my heart, cause I heard the pain and sincerity in George Floyd's innocent cry, whilst he said his last words and was left there to die. The truth is very vital and must not be stifled. The most straight up and necessary police brutality I've ever seen. They ought to lose their jobs as cops forever. The other cops didn't even look phased at all. You can clearly see the agenda, completely indefensible. There's no excuse at all, not even first aid to come and check his pulse. Where is the call? So many questions that just be running through my vessel. Shit is a paradox on so many different levels. Modern day prejudice, this been happening for decades. Lockdown is jarring and everybody's thinking checkmate. Where was this energy before a protest like this? I wonder, because all of a sudden everybody's out here in the dozens for a good cause. But why now? Publicity stunts is quite foul. The real one's been standing from long time. Had to delete a couple man on my timeline talking about this and that, saying all lives matter. Not the case, cause black lives are barely mattered as much. Ignorance is bliss and they completely out of touch. Little mugs, and for the ones that say it don't happen in the UK, take your bouquet glasses off and start living as one. Forget divisions, together we stand, divided we fall. You get the vision, I hope you listen.
If there's no justice, how can you expect there to be peace? Officers murdering people, being released and freed. What can I say? People are frustrated and had enough. What can I say? I hope from these events soon changes come. If there's no justice, how can you expect there to be peace? Officers murdering people, being released and freed. What can I say? People are frustrated and had enough. What can I say? I hope from these events soon changes come.
Destiny, timeless. Aaron Browns, rest in peace George Floyd. Paying homage and respect to those that lost to police brutality over the decades. So many names. Poetic narrators. I'm praying for the day it's gonna end, man. We ain't gonna stop until we see justice. No. Till then, there's no peace. 100,000,000%. At the very least, though, for now, what I'ma do is what's that? Spark up a J for George Floyd and the rest of his family. Hold tight, timeless rhymes. Destiny, Aaron Browns, Poetic narrators. And we're out. We're out, man. Listen up my people, I'ma tell you about Andrew, who I spoke about in part 2. You know COVID is the bearer of some dark news, pretty self-explanatory, the reason he lost his job. So because of that he really endured some dark blues. Call it unprecedented, there's nothing that he could do about that. Baby mother giving him grief, as if he ain't stressed enough. He moving ignorant, telling how he gon' handle this shit, cause if they don't come up with some money they're gonna get evicted. Giving him flashbacks over the time when he was homeless and living off pittance. Now I ain't kidding. But he defo don't wanna be going through that experience again. Word goes around the ends in regards to Andrew's situation, and my God, he could do with some elevation. Phone is vibrating and sees that Shelton's calling him up. Polar opposites, cause one was illegal, the other was not. In other words, Shelton was dealing all kinds of crud. Both of them had history from back in school days, but went their own ways. Andrew listened closely to what Shelton had to say. Shelton says there's a move on a Fed who's a wanker, and he's tired of him and his crew being taxed by the officer who goes by the name of Ben, who's now a dirty Fed. He taxes drug loot money from the crews in different ends. Unusual story of a cop, dirty trend. Shelton asking Andrew, are you on it or not? For the move to get this dough up, I'm talking out huge amounts. A lot of thoughts in Andrew's mind, he's thinking out loud. He needs the money and won't get it by doing nothing and having doubts. This move might change the situation for good. He meets Shelton and the rest of his crew, and they tell him what to do. Whatever you do, please don't shoot, we need the Fed alive. Otherwise it kills the whole move, we're doomed. After the planning, they all jump and amped up, motivated for the next stop they all heading to. Ben's location without no hesitation. Yo guys, are you ready? Are you on it? Come, let's go. Fuck this Ben guy, fuck him, let's do it. Come.
As they enter Ben's location and they parked in the street, suddenly Andrew doesn't wanna do the move and gets cold feet. He's thinking if he gets caught, can he even do the time? The fact his son might grow up with no father plays upon his mind. Andrew and his crew say to him, there's no time for cold feet. Ben's by himself and it's the perfect opportunity, you see. I know you got a lot of stuff now on your mind and shit. Literally, is it in and out move now? It's literally real quick. So when Andrew knocks on the door and Ben opens the door, Andrew grips Ben with a gun on his head. I'm talking with full force. They got their face all covered now, so Ben don't see their face. All they wanna do is do the move in a real quick pace. Andrew says all we want is the body and then we'll go. Just give it to us and I guarantee we will leave you alone. So Ben confides with them and tells them where the body's at. Shelton and his crew then finds a bag that is full of cash. When they find it, Andrew puts the gun in his pocket next to his wallet, where with his wallet he accidentally dropped it. His wallet's on the floor with his address and they made it out. Ben picks it up and tells Andrew, you really fucked up now. Listen up Andrew, you and your people made out a great mistake, and when I find you lot, I'll defo put you all away. Andrew pistol with Ben and they just all now leave the house. The next stop they are heading to is now the safe house. As they head to the safe house, you can see everyone's quiet due to Andrew's wallet dropping. You can see everyone's anxious in regard to his ID baited, and that situation got everybody panicking, really and truly complaining. So Shelton proceeds now to start to talk to Andrew and tells Andrew, look dog, I'm gonna be now really real with you. Ben knows your name and address, which puts us really at risk, and you ain't built for this, so I know that you are gonna now snitch. I can't do the time, so there's no way that I'm going down. Shelton shoots Andrew, pulling the trigger, blowing his brains out. Friends in your life can be sent to you by the devil, pretending to have your back. This is the weirdest shit, I'm telling you. Remember a snake appeared to Eve as a friend, and we all know in that story how everything came to an end. Friends in your life can be sent to you by the devil, pretending to have your back. This is the weirdest shit, I'm telling you. Remember a snake appeared to Eve as a friend, and we all know in that story how everything came to an end.
Breaking news. It's confirmed that a 24-year-old boy named Andrew has been found dead. They found a bullet wound on him and do not know the murderer. Apparently friends of his have come out and think he couldn't cope with the pressure of life as he's lost his job due to COVID-19 and didn't take it well. Friends of his were really concerned about his behaviour. Aaron Browns and Destiny K, who were close friends, mentions how Andrew was distressed that he lost his job and wanted to jump into crime. If that's true, could that have been the reason for his unfortunate scenario?
During lockdown when everything was just closed and shut, Natasha was in the situation where she's not doomed as fucked. She's got a man in her life that constantly beats her up. All you gotta do is look at her face and see the bruise and cuts. Natasha's man was Alex, who was first sweet to her in the start, and mostly all he does to her now is just breaks her heart. It started when boys moved to her, that's where Alex was possessive. That's how he became abusive, turning it to a habit. She's been made redundant, so she trapped with it now at home, and with it being locked down, there's no place that she could actually go. She's playing hostage to the mind freak of Alex is wait, she'll see the fist of Alex if she dared to try now and escape. She did that once and she suffered the consequences. Alex had met outside Natasha's mother's house who were murderers. He rolled him like that of Wiley and Scratchy. He moved big weight with a crew that was now really scared of him, you see. Alex confiscated most of Natasha's stuff because if she said what was happening to anyone, then Alex fucked. He damaged the Wi-Fi and broke her phone and got a laptop. Hold her that for control, I think Alex has lost the plot. Alex has got cameras in the house to track what she's doing, to see what she's up to so he can clock her every movement. The way she's living as if to say she's on Big Brother in a prison cell. The way she got cameras now won her. Keenan, who was Natasha's son, was up in this mess. The fact he can't help out his mother got him really so damn stressed. Natasha warned him Alex will hurt her family, that she does, and with the manipulation Keenan can't do a lot. I mean before lockdown he tried to do something and step in, but Alex kept on punching him, leaving his face all bloodied. Alex was Keenan's stepdad who treated him bad. Keenan's dad from blood died and he wish he can resurrect him back. Before lockdown for Keenan, things weren't even all that bad. He got scouted for Arsenal as he was a talented lad. Football was a way for Keenan to get rid of the pain. He took his anger out on the field, scoring goals every game. He misses football now due to everything being closed. He's living like a prisoner with his mother feeling alone. One day he saw Alex beating his mother up. His blood was boiling up to an extent now where Keenan now had the duff. He grabbed a big baseball bat and hit Alex on the head with so much force. Alex is lying on the floor practically dead. The force he used to swing the bat had so much impact. Now that Alex is dead, laying down now flat from the back. Natasha's like to Keenan, oh my god, what have you done? Natasha's now that loving mum that will therefore protect her son. She called the police and says that she murdered Alex. The way the police entered the house and the rest of it so damn tragic. Natasha knew Keenan was talented, she took the blame. She doesn't want Keenan's football talent now to go down the drain. They're doing her for murder, she's gotta be put away. You speak for Keenan, I doubt we'll ever get to see her again, except in prison when it comes to a visiting room. For a young kid like Keenan, you don't know what that can actually do. Imagine hugging your mum now as if it's her last day, then going home wishing you can help your mum do a prison break.
If we want to control the epidemic here in the UK, and if we want to avoid new restrictions on our daily lives, we must all get vaccinated as soon as we are eligible.
If you wanna talk about the revolution, we need a solution first before they boost us with boosters. I know they're really trying to divide us, that's why I remain clued up. We in a worldwide crisis, value of life goes down but the COVID cases keep rising. I wish for more peace in the world and never crisis, but this ain't no fairy tale. True, there's many twisted, it's endless tale. Have to decide for it with balance, not stabilized, wondering what fool is that tapped to invent the coronavirus, supposedly worse than swine flu, Ebola, computer virus. Is it a man-made artifact put out there to deprive us? I tell you this much, our demise is happening before our eyes, kid. As long as money grows tall, they part with the liars. Ticket for buyers, sheeps are aligning, the world is divided. Well, I promise you this, I ain't no buyer of no COVID ticket. The exit is there, you know where to go if you're getting triggered.
That's a very strong claim, just to play the devil's advocate game. How do you know they're even lying? One of my fam really dying, contracted the virus, actually tired all the time, mentally declining.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, hope they get better in due timing. But if it ain't a lie, then where is the truth? Where is the proof? I'm still waiting to this day. At the end of the day, it's the night time, I'm still waiting. Two sides of a coin, I'm level-headed, so therefore it's only right I look at things from both perspectives. How can you test positive for a virus without no symptoms? Don't make no sense, kid. So many questions in my head, longer than my brother's dreads.
I can confirm that the UK is the first country in the world to have a clinically approved coronavirus vaccine for supply.